Hey Pisces! Oh my god, that's my glasses in the way. We're doing a kind of an uncut kind of deal for you guys. I was trying, emphasis on trying, to upload all the horoscopes and have them come out automatically while I was on this trip. Those of you who know, I'm actually, right in the middle of doing the retreat in Cannon Beach, Oregon right now. But I noticed after trying to publish them all that Pisces did not upload. Pisces is not on the list. So I wanted to make sure that we got you taken care of, so we're doing the phone, we're doing early in the morning, and I don't have my oracle cards on me, we're only doing tarot, so it's like old school. But I want to make sure you got something for this week, so I hope that y'all are okay with that. Also, a quick reminder for you guys who are interested, remember August 8th and August 10th this week, upon my return, going to be doing the special astrology webinars on love astrology. Compatibility, twin flames, soulmates, karmic relationships, really talking a bit more about how that all really works from an astrologic perspective. And if you would like to sign up for that, you can go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, for more details there. So let's get started here. What's going on with the Pisces people this week according to the tarot? Okay. First of all, Pisces, your spiritual advice this week, we've got the Lover's card. Okay, Lover's upright, which is not actually bad, but when it comes to spiritual advice, sometimes this card, the reason I would say that this might be a challenge for some folks is because the Lovers is talking a lot about being able to actually commit with a win-win in a way that is not something that you're going to want to take back right away, or something, make sure that this week you understand that it's important to put more on the table that you won't be inclined to take back. And sometimes we always leave ourselves an exit strategy. Sometimes we always focus on a fail-safe. Sometimes we're always thinking of a way to, do I want to commit all the way? Do I want to be able to, whether it's commit to a person, commit to a job, however it goes. The Lover's card upright is basically saying, look, if you don't have the resolve to do something without a fail-safe this week, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Okay, very important, very important. This is not a week to be a tourist or a sampler with your own life. This is definitely a time to be a little bit more committal, and that can be a challenge sometimes, especially if you are not really sure of your entire intent of what you're doing there, why you want to be actually with this person or with again with this company. So this is a week where you're not going to be able to do a lot of sampling. It's really a time where we're just going to have to start biting more bullets. But it actually can be a very satisfactory commitment as well. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Seven of Wands, inverted. And this week can talk about the unnecessary butting of heads, and perhaps some unnecessary challenges or self-imposed challenges to your resolve when it comes to a work project or maybe even a financial agreement that you're in. Because typically with the Seven of Wands inverted, we're seeing a need to choose our battles, and maybe where we are not picking our battles correctly. The Seven of Wands inverted is saying that this is a week where, a lot of you might be feeling like it's time to make some unnecessary amendments. And sometimes we might do that. We might think like, oh, we got to shake this up. Oh, I've got to turn this whole thing upside down to feel a little bit more free, feel a little bit more flexible. But that might actually cause more problems with your money and with your work than you might expect. Be careful about trying to solve your problems by spending money this week, and make sure as well that you're not thinking too much about maybe putting too much money in to save a certain personal project. If you own your own business, sometimes you might be thinking about, oh, it's time to reinvest. Let's spend a bunch of money on advertising. Let's spend a bunch of money on, on promoting this thing. Hold off a minute with the Seven of Wands inverted there, because that's the solution you're thinking of isn't really the right solution. The good news about the Seven of Wands inverted is that, there actually is going to be a payoff, or perhaps even unexpected incentive to do something that you kind of thought you were done doing. I'm not sure if that means, like, again, maybe it's something old that you've submitted recently, maybe it's an old application, an old test, an old evaluation. You're going to kind of notice something coming back from the past that you kind of thought, oh, I'm over and done with it. But there is your backup plan, and your backup plan will be made manifest there. For your communications with air, we do have the Ace of Cups, upright, beautiful card, because this is talking about some kind of open-hearted connection, opening, or actually making itself known to you. Typically with the Ace of Cups, we are seeing more emotional honesty. If you've been having a really tough time having, a close one-on-one or a heart-to-heart, maybe even getting somebody to articulate their feelings honestly, openly, and completely, this is the week where we're actually having that big open up. If you maybe with the Ace of Cups, you are hoping that somebody else kind of breaks the ice, whether it's a friend or a relative or a lover or a potential lover, you might be hoping that somebody else decides to break the ice. That'll be much easier to do if you feel like that's the one hurdle we have to actually kind of reconnecting or connecting in the first place. And I think that this is all about breaking ice this week for you, and finding out where we may have been too passive, or perhaps, waiting for the ice to melt on its own. It doesn't always happen. But this is the week where, again, we have ice breaking going on. For your challenge this week, with fire, we do have the Six of Wands upright. Your challenge this week is to actually enjoy a bit more extroversion, funny enough, Pisces. And I'm not talking about being an extrovert versus being an introvert, or labels. I'm saying extroverted, okay, in more of a descriptive kind of term, because the Six of Wands is basically saying keeping yourself out there in a way where it's actually you doing most of your own action. You actually kind of championing yourself, championing your own cause is going to be a challenge. And maybe the reason it's a challenge is because you don't feel inclined to do it. Sometimes we do try to delegate away too much. Sometimes we try to, outsource too much. And with the Six of Wands, it's basically saying, maybe there may be a challenge because you're kind of put in the spotlight this week, even though you like to kind of fly beneath the radar most of the time. However, when I say you're in the spotlight, I mean you're being celebrated. So it's almost like, how do we cope with being popular? How do we cope with being celebrated? How do we cope with having the attention that we thought we're looking for? Because sometimes we're looking for attention and then all of a sudden we don't want it because it's not coming at the right time of day. That's not necessarily a balanced way of thinking. It's like you can't control it always. You're getting what you're getting that attention you're looking for, whether it's love, romance, however. But, are you okay with it happening at a bad time? For your emotions with water, your romantic life, got the Ten of Cups inverted. Pisces, this is not a time to be trying to fake out your partner or your sweetheart. Sometimes we want to work a little bit too hard to overcompensate for an insecurity. We might work really, really hard to make something very, very pretty on the outside to kind of pull focus away from something that's not going so great. But if you want an open-hearted conversation, if you want an open-hearted discussion, if you want to actually really emotionally connect to people, then you can't do fake it till you make it. In fact, I hate fake it till you make it. I like believe it then achieve it, but I don't like fake it till you make it, because you're going to fake it till you break it. And with the Ten of Cups inverted, what you want to really pay attention to is to where is your shield, your smoke screen, kind of actually being the issue that's stopping you from breaking the ice? Because people will do that. It's like, I don't want to let this person know they affected me sometimes. Sometimes it's like, it's not even a bad thing. It's like, I don't want this person to know they got to me. I don't want this person to know that this bothered me. Whether you're dating, whether you're coupled, you've got to be more honest and upfront about those kinds of things, or they'll happen more often, possibly in public. You never know. So that is your forecast, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. I'm coming back Sunday night, so don't worry, that will all be available. I'll talk to you later.